How people doing? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I would like to come before you today to talk about a video that I am getting ready to do now. It's called the Root of Evil, and the reason why I wanted to do this video was because of I've been going around lately, and I've been hearing a lot of people say that the root of evil is money. Um, well, I would like to enlighten my part of the subject on that. Uh, Money, the root of evil, it involves money, but it's more of what you would do for the money. Now, as far as that go, like for example, you got some rappers that willing to sell their soul for money, for fame and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what we have to realize is that we, as human beings, we are the root of our evil, because we always have wants, we always feel like we have needs, and we are willing to do anything to meet that.
So, was the loyalty at any days of where you don't or won't do anything for the money? It's like people ain't got loyalty no more, so therefore the root is very strong when it comes to the root of evil now. It used to be a time that people, even though they could get game, they won't get it if they have to cut somebody to get it.
Right.
So, where's the loyalty in this world now? Like, it's a time to say no, to receive. So, I can see what you were saying, the root of evil, when money is money. But when it comes to loyalty and us keeping that, and they call loyalty is like love. So money don't mean nothing if you really ain't got the love, cause love gonna overcome the money at the end, cause money can only go so far.
Right.
But being loyalty is always gonna be if you love someone. So that's what I kind of see when it comes to the root of evil too. Is no loyalty right now.
Right.
So long as there's no loyalty.
And I think our bigger issue as far as loyalty goes is that we take the word love and we put money and we put that together as in one sentence, when there's there's space in between that love and money. When you have love, but you use your love to fall in love with the wrong things, then it becomes an issue through your life.
Yeah.
And when that issue starts to occur, we start freaking out because we don't know how to handle that situation or whatever situation that you might be going through, and we start panicking. And then that's where the medicines start coming in for like depression, bipolar, and stuff like that. You know? So, as he was saying with loyalty, is that today people take loyalty very, very unlikely. And that is something that we have to work on as not just as black people, but people in general.
Yes.
And really understand that there can't be nothing done without community. Like the government knows this, and that's why they put so much stuff out in the market, like cigarettes, games to distract kids, and cartoons, all these crazy cartoons they come up with today now. And it's just all a distraction, because they know, not just as, like I said, not just as black people, but people in general, as we come together in a community as one, they will realize that we can overpower the government and we can create our own government, run it the way it's supposed to be ran.
Yes.
Everybody's eating, everybody's well taken care of, everybody got insurance and stuff like that. The evil, it's just the evil. The evilness is that we're not willing to sit down and think. We're our mind is not, well, for some of us it is, but for others their mind are not capable of understanding the type of level that we are in right now. And it's getting close to the time where we have to come together. We're gonna have to start growing our own food because they done put so much chemical in our food, especially our meat.
Yeah.
The education level is beyond ridiculous. These are things that evilness has put in place, and we're falling into it bit by bit. We are killing each other. We got kids taking guns to school, killing each other. We got police killing black communities for no reason, just because we're a different color, or our understanding is completely different from them, and they feel threatened by us, so they want to eliminate us. And it's just a lot of things that in this world that we gotta really work on. And I mean, we really gotta work on it, because I am tired of turning on the news every day and hearing about a black on black crime, or a police shot a black person, or a black person shot a policeman. Or I'm tired. Either way, I'm tired. And the kind of world that we bring our kids up in is the seed of our evil, because our evil is like a plant. When we have kids, and the things that we do around our kids, that plants into their mind.
Yep.
What they see on TV, that plants into their mind.
Yep.
And we say that our kids is our next big generation, but look what we're doing to our generation.
You ain't getting ready.
Exactly. So how can we expect change in the future when we can't even change what we got right here in the present for the future? We know our kids are our future. They're their next step in technology and all that. But how can we get there when we can't teach our kids the reality of things that they're growing up around?
Yes.
And that root of evil is a strong subject, because it can be contained, but the question is, are you willing to contain it? Because if you're not willing to contain it, then how can you contain yourself? Or how can you teach others to do something positive when you can't do it yourself because you're so caught up in your evil root?
Yeah.
That far goes as robbing folks, breaking in houses, and all this craziness that we black people, we have never really done for real. As black people, back in the day, I have never heard back in the day that a slave man broke into another black man's house,
yeah,
and stole a pen or a loaf of bread. I've never heard of that. I mean, I probably
they got a loan builder in slavery.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. He had to put us in slavery to get a loan.
Right.
But I'm gonna hit back to the kids part. What he was saying, like I noticed with the parents today, they try to teach their kids to be hard before their time. That's a plant of, what's that?
Failure.
The root of evil.
Yeah, the root
already plant in the child.
Yeah.
So you teaching your child to be someone he ain't early. He can't be early, because it's like you're teaching the child to be hard when you ain't hard. Get what I'm saying? Then you let him see anything, you let him say anything out of his mouth, and it's funny. It's funny right there. But
I agree on that.
then, when they grow up, then some people kill me when they call their children bad all the time. That's a plant. You call a child bad all the time, they grow up thinking they bad. I'm just a bad child. That's a root of evil. So, it's how you really got to look at the picture before you start playing with the whatever, I ain't gonna say fire, but life. When you teach a child, you need to teach them respect.
Right. Loyalty.
Not teach them, hey, don't let this in. I don't even like to say the word.
Right.
Disrespect. We talking about a grown man. We ain't talking about little kids now. You get what I'm saying? So when you get the kid disrespecting a friend of yours because you want him to stand up for himself, you're already showing him how to disrespect a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A woman too. So that is not good. That's why he was saying the root of evil is start somewhere.
Right.
And see, now it got outrageous.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So now you to the point you can't control it. The parents in the house scared of the children.
Right.
Like, really. So, people got to start thinking, like, y'all need to get out of this put on fashion show you got going. Because that's why they feeding you this foolishness music. And you letting your children sit back and listen to it just more than you. They round up playing it like they grown. They is not grown, so why is you letting your kids listening to this music?
Right.
They kids. Let a kid be a kid. And grow and learn and make his own or she mistakes. Not teach them way before they time. So I can understand what you meaning by the kids. How it's the way you teach your kids.
Right.
That gonna bring the future
Right.
of how that kid was raised. It gonna show how this kid been raised. And most of them fell it.
And not just only how the kids, you know, was raised. It shows how the world it's gonna develop over time.
Yeah.
But the more you keep contaminating the young, the worse it's gonna get.
Yeah.
Because now you've got young kids going around smoking cigarettes. I'm talking about kids in elementary.
Yeah.
Smoking cigarettes, drinking liquor.
Asking you for cigarettes.
Asking you for cigarettes.
Yeah.
Can they smoke? You know the B word. You know the you know all this ridiculousness. You know and back in my days when I was growing up, you couldn't. You couldn't dare to go to a parent and ask for a parent for a cigarette.
Yeah.
Who? You couldn't do that back in the day.
Nah,
and I'm not judging anybody. I just want everybody to understand, to look back and look at the picture and realize, you know, how we have this world set up. God didn't set up like this. We set it up like this. We set our own selves and our own economy up for failure.
The more freedom we got, the more worth we got.
Yeah.
And that's a shame. Cause look at your people. Yeah, you got people that they look at the old Nat Turner movie and they feel some type of way. But why you feel some type of way when you're in the freedom now? And now it ain't about the freedom no more. It's about selfishness. Who talk too much mess? Y'all right here talking about stupid stuff on the internet all the day about each other. When we should be loving each other. Anything you're going to talk about a person to build a person.
Yeah.
Not to destroy a person.
Him. Yeah.
So, we all as people, we got to start being respectful and think before we speak as people.
Just because, and that's another thing too that I wanted to brush up on. Just that, you know, we judging one another, you know, we think that we better just because we come from a different family or different ethnic kind of black. You know, we don't look at each other as one, and that's an issue that it's got so bad that the kids are doing it now. You know, the kids are, you know, bullying each other, and you know, my mama is this, and you know, my mama's that, and y'all mama can't do it. No.
That's too way before they time.
Yeah, that's not okay with me. That's not okay with me because. We gotta understand, kids' minds are like sponges. They absorb everything they see, they absorb everything they hear. So if they hear you speak or do negative, they're gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's scientifically proven. They're gonna do 9 times out of 10 they're going to do the same thing. They may not do it the same way you did it when you was growing up, but they're gonna do the same thing. And that is when we need to wake up and realize, okay, if my kid can do what I did, all the bad I did, and if I would have did good, my son would have done good. And we all realize that, but we don't want to because we're so caught up in this society of what you want to call it, of image.
I don't know what to call it.
I call it the Matrix. I call this word the Matrix.
Yeah.
It's everything in this world is not real.
Yeah.
Everything in this world is not real. The law is not real. Everything is not real.
People's tongue is not real.
People's tongue is not real. Everything is fake to me.
It's getting ridiculous. It's like nobody got truth. Like when people gonna stay on truth? Like loyalty is truth. Respect is truth. So why people got to play both? They
Can't play
act
both.
like they true, but the whole time, as soon as they get around a certain type of people,
Right.
it's like the gag in, ready to do whatever comes up. They just ready to go.
Right.
And that ain't being true. That's what they call a double-minded person. That's unstable. Nothing good with an unstable person. So, like, you know, selfishness is a big factors going on. People have got a little freedom and power, they became selfish. And what I mean by selfish, they ain't concerned about nobody else but they self. And see, that was the thing is becoming, people cut other people longer to keep they self straight. So selfish is a big thing that's going on when why we can't come together, because everybody's selfish. It's like, no, I did this to get here, so you feel like you can't help this person get there because they ain't go through what you went through.
Right.
And that's, you know, like, that ain't the way you're supposed to be. You're supposed to help a person not go through what you went through.
Right.
That's what you call helping a person. But when you want a person to go through what you went through, I remember the days back in the day what they say when I was growing up, they were saying, you'll see when you get out of school, when you graduate, or when you get on your own. Why I need to see when you're supposed to be teaching?
Mm-hmm.
See, I'd have been more prepared for the real world. But now they rather sit back and let you fall. And see, that ain't good. That is not good. That's why so many people falling, because people like I said, selfishness.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't concerned what the other person gonna go through till they go through. It depends how close they is to you. And now you feel some type of way because this person gone. But if you'd have been on a reality scale, if this person was growing up, they wouldn't have had to go through what they went through. So that's why you got to think about selfishness in the root of evil. You can't hide the truth and think a person gonna make it through to the next level and they ain't been prepared to see flow.
That's an old saying that my grandpa used to tell me. He used to always say, you know, when you live a double life, you always have a chance of getting double killed.
Yeah.
So I never understood what he meant by that but I finally realized when you try to live somebody else's life, or you try to get somebody to try to live your kind of lifestyle,
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, either your life gonna end short or theirs life gonna end short because they trying to live the same book that you're living in.
Yeah.
And they, you know, you can't, you know, everybody got their own book. Everybody got their own chapters to write. It's sometimes how you end your chapter is what determines the kind of person you are.
Now, I want to speak about Cain. Y'all know about Cain, right? He hated his brother. Why did he hate his brother? Get what I'm saying? He ain't have hate in him. So, why he hate his brother? Now, it make me think of these times, like, people, instead of moving forward, they battling with each other. I'm talking about my people right now. It's crazy to the point we already ain't got nothing. And then, you focus on killing this man, and he already ain't got nothing. But I'm going to give you a description of what I mean by that when I'm talking about Cain, because the Lord was telling Cain something to help him, but guess what? He ain't take heed to it, so guess what? It got worse. So, we're going to go to Genesis chapter, I think, 5, and I'm going to just read a little about Cain just to show you what I mean about this root of evil. The Lord said, he said, let me see. He said, the Lord, all right, you know, they both, Abel and Cain, took a sacrifice to the Lord. Y'all know the story.
Right.
The Lord was happy of the sacrifice Abel brought.
Right.
And Cain was all right with Cain, but he was not as happy with what
sacrifice
he had. But the Lord said, and he said, the Lord said unto him, therefore, let me see, let me find this. What I'm talking about, Adam and Cain. Alright, he said, but unto Cain and to his offer he had no respect. And Cain was very worth. That meant the Lord wasn't so, he just ain't had no respect. Ain't don't say he disrespect, but it wasn't something Cain actually had to work so hard to bring to the Lord. So that's what he didn't have no respect. You made it too easy. You know what I'm saying? So, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou worth? He mad because his brother got a little respect. Now think about people now. A man or a woman get a little ahead of you, you feel some type of way because that ain't you. Now everybody on earth can't live exactly the same.
Now, everybody got two different books.
Yeah, so
two different stories.
You know, people, we can't get stuck on what the next person doing as long as they doing it the right way. Get them, I ain't just saying pauses, but keep them courage. Don't try to find a way to tear them down and bring them down just because they don't think or do what you do. They already preparing themselves for a better future. Now, you can do the same, but you'll sit there and focus on this brother or sister and will try to destroy them. That's why so much black on black. You know, it's like you got to look at yourself first before you get to judging another man. You don't know, like I said, what this person has been through to get there. But this person that took the time to think before his time, I need to do this or I need to do that. You know how they say go to college and all that. See, you got the plan to want to be success. It just ain't no fall in your lap because this world is not making it easy for none of us to be successful. Right. So when your brother or sister find a way out and they got a good heart in doing the right thing, you just try better. And the Lord will open up the doors for you. What I mean, because the Lord said, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou worth? That meant mad. And why is thy continuous falling? See what I'm saying? Your motivation, you see another person do good, and just because it ain't you, you mad because this person ain't thinking he this and that. He just handling business. You versus want to play, but your life never go no farther. So he said, if thou does well, shall thou not be accepted? See what I'm saying? You got to want to do well. And he said, and if thou does not well, look what he said. Sin led the door. That's what I mean. You concentrating on the next person when you should be looking at yourself saying, I got to do better. Right. This is where the black on black will stop. If you learn how to think of yourself and think of you handling your business to do better.
And a lot of us don't do that. A lot of us, put blame on other people and stuff. Like I know I had a history of doing that, putting blames,
Yeah.
I go through situations, I put blames on other people, and sometimes it do be other people sometimes, you feel me?
Yeah.
But it still falls on one person, and that's you, and that's how you react to it.
Yeah.
So with that said, being judgmental, it's not a good trait to have, because that puts a limit on yourself and how you reflect yourself, because eventually you're going to start talking about yourself, and that's not good unless it's positive. But a lot of us talk so much negative about other people that we tend to have a tendency to talk negative about ourselves, and sometimes we don't realize it.
That's a lot. That's what I'm talking about, this Facebook stuff and all that. Everybody talking down. But now some people in position that they could do better, I can admit, they kind of deserve a talk down. Because and I know they supposed to be doing more for the people. They in the position. We are, like I said, we already ain't got nothing. So, therefore, they know what it takes to help more. So you get to a point in life when you don't want to help nobody, that was selfishness come in at. And see that what evil come in at.
Right.
So the Lord says sin lay at the door just because you ain't trying to do well. You want to look for the next person and look or accuse them or watch and talk about them, but ain't looking at yourself. So, and until these shall be his desire. Now we talking about the root of evil. Now you hear the Lord has said, since your continues to fail, you giving up in life, you throwing excuses instead of trying to better your excuses to keep going forward. You throwing excuses. So sin lay at your door. And then he said, and unto thee shall be his desire. That meant you gonna keep throwing up excuses and lying to yourself why I'm this and why I'm that. You know how you hear some people, ain't no beating that, I can't, this all.
I can't do this and that, yeah.
See, you done gave up. So you got that spirit ready to overtake you now. Because you done gave up already as a living being.
Right.
So the spirit is there waiting on you at your door once you let it came to that mind frame that you ain't nobody, you ain't gonna be nobody, I ain't got no opportunity, you ain't trying to clean your act up, you ain't trying to clean yourself up as a person, so what you expect?
Right.
You ain't trying. So now this spirit right here that the Lord talking about, waiting to really overtake you. So it said, there shall be his desire, and those shall rule over you. See, that's that spirit. You done fed that spirit with excuses so much and put on a fashion show so much, the spirit that started ruling you now. You don't even see it. Now you into foolishness and mess,
right,
and playing both sides of the fence.
Right. That's where that root of evil come in.
That one,
that's you know, we're trying to do, we're trying to play that good role, but yet we're doing that evil. So that's where that's one of the reasons why God didn't want us to eat from that tree, because he didn't want us to know good and evil.
Yeah.
So that way we couldn't commit no sin, even though we were still living sinful, because Adam was still sinful, even though he was created by God, he was still sinful. But our sinful wouldn't require death.
Yeah.
It would still require animal sacrifice.
Yeah, because you was based on a nature mind frame.
Right.
Instead of the beyond mind frame. Cause me and him were talking about that earlier. See, we done became on beyond mind frame. Yeah, they showing y'all movies and they got you beyond mind frame. They got you think you go in a store or a bank and rob. You on a beyond mind frame. See, you got to look what they feeding you to control you.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? They showing you this stuff to make it seem too easy. Even when you playing for the kids that's play Grand Theft Auto, it's all to put you in a mind frame to think you could really do these things. That was the school shooting come in there. See? Because you playing the game and you just look so easy. Pow, 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 pow. But they don't get away. See what I'm saying? But in the movies, they make some get away. In reality, you don't get away. So that's what I'm trying to bring this spirit right here. When it overtake you, it rules you, then it destroy you. So people need to start thinking on more of want to make change and do better themselves, and that'll keep that spirit off you, because you won't be focusing and lying to yourself. Cause now you on a reality level, like whatever it takes, I'm gonna be succeed. Ain't nothing gonna stop me from being successful. And see, that what God was saying. If you let your continues fall, you ain't gonna be successful. But you keep that continues up, like I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that, in your mind and sight, most likely you gonna succeed. Cause he gonna make it for you to succeed. So I think that was a good description of how a root of evil could start.
I think it was good. I think in
a person.
I think that subject brought out a lot of good points, you know, about the subject, the root of evil, because we as human beings, we have to understand that we are first of all, we are kings. When God made us kings. We are ruler of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Can't nothing be done without our approval as people.
Mm-hmm.
Can't no president be in the office without our vote.
Mm-hmm.
Can't no county, nothing. Can't nothing be cleaned up around here. Can't nothing be done without our say so. So when God made us ruler of everything. Alright, now, with that being said, we have to understand, as kings, everything can come to a stop if we come together.
Yeah.
And that's the big key. Come together. But we so stuck up in our ways as people generally, not just black people, but as black people, I'm disappointed because
ever since we got free,
we
went to gang banging. Like, where that come from? When you was in slavery, you was together.
Everybody
you got
stuck
free.
Together.
You gang banging, killing each other on the color of a rag. That don't even make sense.
They don't.
But when you was in slavery,